thing happened for me today with talking about imposters. So the old Mr. Perfection has showed his head for me today. And that's been a pretty strong one for me. If anybody knows or has done any of the workshops or heard me talk before, Mr. Perfection has been something that's been a real stronghold in my life. So, and I've done a fair bit of work in that area now, and I thought I'm pretty good at it. But I started going on through a course, watching an online course, and not really knowing the person at all. And when the person came on and started talking, I immediately started judging this person that I was watching, and I was judging them for the way that they looked, the way things that they were saying. I was judging them for how almost goofy they sounded. And it was like, oh my goodness, what's going on here? You know, it had nothing to do with the presentation, the material that was being presented was great. It was just me watching and judging. And so, you know, and I'm a great believer that if I'm seeing that, it's actually in me, it's not the other person. So it was all about, and then I started thinking, where is this coming from? And then Mr. Perfection sort of was the first thing that came to my mind. And I thought, oh man, you got to get out of here. You got to get out of here. So I persevered, but I had to do a little bit of work after that and sort of stand my ground on that one. It's amazing where it just comes from, you know. It just sort of the layers that things, you know, just because, and it's a really good example of just because you've done work once or twice or some of that it doesn't mean that it's never going to come back, because there's always opportunity for us to recognise when these villains are there to hijack us and put us back in our place. I mean, the pride of me as well, you know, how arrogant of me and proud am I to be judging this person like that. It was like, I didn't beat myself up, but I was just going, fuck, I can't believe that all of these thoughts were coming just from watching this. Interesting.
And it totally happens. It does. The body and the body reacts to it, you know, and that's the thing, is that you're trying to justify what you're seeing with all these thoughts, and that's where the judgments come from. Just leaves you feeling confused.
Yeah. Anyway, it was good. Good. I don't know. I can't remember much about the course, but it was good for me.
Yeah. Oh, they are beautiful lessons.
I have to go back and watch the course now.
Leaning into that that's the lesson, isn't it? I had someone else talking to me about a book that I'd shared with him, and he started listening to the book. And as soon as he started listening to it, I mean, it's a pretty heavy book. It's something I've shared with you as well. It's Shame That Binds You, and it's on point. Like, but he when he started listening to it, he said his mind just started going into ADHD mode and started looking for everything else to do. It's like, whoa. And he actually talks about that, especially with shame. It's like that your body reacts to it so hard that you end up either feeling it and you become it, so you can't hear anything else about it, or you totally deny it and your body will create a false reality, so you don't even see it. But both ways, it's a really hard feeling to get into and be present with. But how wonderful that you're just sitting there and observing the judgments now. Where is this coming from? Whoa. Get curious.
Yeah, it's cool. Never ending work to do. Yeah. Even at my age.
Well, it is every day. Every day is a new life, isn't it? It brings us new challenges. I think that's the trap. It's easy to get stuck in, is that, man, I've dealt with this. Why is it still there? And we've got ever growing levels of understanding to receive through life's challenges.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
I've done work on this thing I mentioned. I don't really want to go too deep into it. It's actually quite private, but you know, I've done a lot of work around that before, where I was saying this morning how I went in and did some work around the new job and the new pressures of growing and the new responsibility. And what came to me, it came to me in a dream yesterday morning. I woke up and this person was in my dream, and I ended up talking about some things with Tegan that I'd never actually been able to share with anybody. And And then going a bit deeper into that today, you think we've worked on these things, you think that they're gone, but then sometimes they just come out of left out of field and completely out of the blue. And you think, wow, it's easy to deny and say, no, I've dealt with that, I've worked there. But, you know, if it's flashing up or if it's coming into our awareness, then it's pretty clear that we haven't completely dealt with it, or there's something else for us to now learn from it again. So not reacting to it and being with it.